just make a wish, make it happen. Hi guys. Hi Slim and Kathy. Howdy, howdy. How are you guys doing today? Happy Labor Day. So, I'm here for a while. Slim or Kathy, were you ever that child? Hi, Willow. I'll get the link for you here pretty quick. That would take apart stuff when you were a kid and put it back together. Hi, Ben. Well, I was one of those kids, and I was really wondering what was inside of my camera that I screwed up. So I took it apart, and it's just a little printed circuit board. Actually, 2 printed circuit boards and a tiny, tiny camera. So, being the good daughter of my father, I scavenged the USB cord off of it. Because you never know when you're going to need that. So, yeah. Anyway, that's how my mind works, guys. How are you doing? Okay, let me see. I think this is the right one. No, I better double check. Better double check it. Now it's the right one. And there. There we go. So anyway, that was my excitement in life today. Oh, and they're getting closer on the shop. Oh my goodness. We will go down after I get off here. I'll make Kent go over and we'll get on his channel and go down and video what all they've done. So you guys can see they're coming back tomorrow to put the electrical in. I've never had anybody ask me, well, where would you like an outlet? What? I just get a longer extension cord. So we're going to have outlets all the way around the shop. Yay. It's not that I use that much electricity, but I have just lots of equipment to plug in. But I only use 1 or 2 machines at a time, so we're good. Hello. How are you doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
Ben said earlier in the chat that he sent you something.
Oh, mystery thing. Well, thank you. Whatever it is you sent me, thank you. I love getting stuff, you know?
It's always fun to get gifts. Little surprises.
Taking the wheels off his cars and chains. Yeah, well, I was even worse. I would, tear apart like clocks and stuff.
Clocks, toasters.
Yeah.
Random little tools that Dad wore out and, like a hand drill.
Anything.
Yeah.
My mind
That
was
was
just
me.
so empty, and it just needed to be filled with how things worked, you know?
Yeah. You were a tinker.
Yeah, I was just insatiable. I still
Hmm.
am on how does that work? I want to know how that works, you know?
I know, me too. Hello,
Uh,
JK.
Hi, JK.
I'm doing all right.
So, we are going to do the pendant today. I started on it a little bit, and I got the Starry Night ring done.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'll show you guys that.
No, I've had an interesting day. I've been saving for several months to buy myself something for my birthday. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful.
Come on, you can focus.
We got the.
Hold on. Be right back.
Okay, come on, you can focus. I know you can. There it is. There is the Starry Night ring. That is high-end azurite is the stone. I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. So we'll see if the gal that I doing it for likes it. And hopefully she will. And if not, that's okay. Because I'm sure somebody else would just love to have it. So this is our piece of turquoise that we're going to make into a pendant, and I have cut this to fit this so that you can't see the silver behind it. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Kent? Looks like it's got a galaxy inside. I told him that we would go on after I get off here and show him the garage and what all Doug and Cheryl have done. Is that okay? All right, so I have this thought in my head of how I want to attach this. And it's with something like a prong. Not exactly a prong, but like a prong. Okay, where did I put my... There they are. So let's see if we can do this. I think I'm just going to take a piece and cut it off. And then start bending on it. All right, so I want I think we got to go a little bit more that way. That way. Then we can bring it down like that. Okay, I don't know whether that's going to work, but that's the shape I've got it in right now. So don't know whether I want it on the sides or on the corner. So we'll just play with it a little bit and see what works. Okay. That might work.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
As I was saying earlier, I've been saving and I ordered myself something for my birthday.
Uh-huh.
And it arrived today. And less
Yes.
than an hour later, the microwave went. And then we just found out we have a nail in one of the nearly new tires that we bought.
Jeez.
Murphy's Law, you gotta love it. When you came on, I was literally on Amazon and Walmart and what have you, shopping for microwave. Good grief. But anyways, I got my birthday gift and I'm super happy about it.
Alrighty. Are you going to share it with us or is it a secret?
It's a Biracraft, Biracraft die cut machine that will cut
Ooh.
paper, foam, and fabric.
Wow.
Loving it.
Wow.
I tinkered with it a little bit while I was playing bingo, but yeah, I'm loving it. I'm happy.
Cool. So I think that will go and live right there. Like that.
Hello, Miss Joni.
Hi, Joni.
Hello, Kent.
Get that out of the way. There we go. So I think that's going to work.
Cool.
I think.
She's been tinkering away, coming up with her design. Oh, Ben says, I finally shaped that cracked, broken Carico Lake turquoise.
Oh, good. How do you like your new machine?
Yeah.
He got himself a great big fancy dancing machine. Not like us poor people that have to.
Ooh. I believe Sandy is making a pendant with a big honkin' hunk turquoise in it.
Yep.
Yep. Like right now, she's doing a little wire manipulation.
Yeah. You got to hold your mouth right for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hold your mouth just right, stick your tongue out, and, curl like one pinky toe.
And 2 nose hair.
Yeah, across the nose hairs. Better yet, braid them.
Yeah. Okay.
Ben says just great. Just cabbing some rough and made some homemade moonshine with spice chicken. Okay.
God, Ben, do you stay high all the time? You just continually high?
I don't see how he has time to work with stones. He's constantly baking.
Or baked.
That's possible.
I'm teasing you, Ben. Don't get out of shape at me. Oh, dear. I can just see him come back. I'm never coming back to this channel. You hurt my feelings. Not intentionally.
Ben says I was talking to Mike Ryan, and he loved my Carico Lake turquoise cabs.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Good, good. It's always nice to get validation.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
you know
awkward with validation.
It feels good to have somebody else like it.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm
good.
almost awkward with that kind of thing. Awkward with comments or compliments.
Yeah.
I'm almost awkward.
Yep. I'm going to have to turn this thing over anyway. So, oops. No, it went in the drawer. The dreaded drawer.
It went in the pit. Oh no.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. Why did I do that? Where are you?
Just careful that the brim of your hat doesn't catch the other one.
Yeah.
Because from my angle, it was close.
Hmm. I don't understand how it drops straight down. It's not there when you go to look for it.
Yeah, it's just plainly visible. I don't know how deep that drawer is, but that thing is like,
It's a
I
big
don't know if
black.
y'all have ever, I'm trying to think of the name.
Big black hole is what it is.
It's a Disney movie, or there's like a series called Halloween Town,
Uh-huh.
and she has a bag, and that bag is like everything can come out of that bag from like both of her homes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That bag is kind of like your drawer. Everything
Yeah.
that goes in it is swallowed up. Oh,
Yes.
and the bag walks too. It's like a big lizard or something.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not spending any more time messing with that. I'll just cut another piece of wire. I'll teach it. I'll teach it. Right, Sandy.
You're gonna come for something pretty. You're
We're now teaching inanimate things. Way to go.
Your chance has left the building.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna end up in a silver stew pot with a scrap.
Yeah. You could have been part of a pretty piece of jewelry.
Exactly.
Blew it.
Shame on you. Just.
Yeah. All right.
JK says, "You gonna share some of that moonshine with us, Ben? I need some to take the edge off."
Yeah. That is called shake and bake.
Mm. Oh, and my brother came to visit today. He's
Oh,
working on buying a rig. Again.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Just depends. In the past, when he's bought one, he's ended up falling off the wagon. So, but right now he's on a health kick. So maybe he won't. We'll see. He's getting older. He just turned 61 2 days ago.
Uh-huh.
So,
And your birthday's the 26th, right?
yes, ma'am. Yep, Mom had 2 September babies. We know what she
Wow.
was doing in the depths of winter.
Yeah. They didn't have a TV. Okay.
Actually, they probably didn't back then. But I hope it goes well for him.
I haven't talked to my brother in years. And I'm not planning to talk to him either.
Well, he's actually my half brother. He's full blood to sis Jen. They had the same dad. My oldest brother passed away in 2016. He was the oldest. He was Mom's sweet 16 oops baby.
Uh, Back of the red Chevy.
Something.
Yeah.
I have a feeling his dad probably didn't even own a tricycle, let alone a vehicle, but hey, whatever.
Well, I was the product of a one night stand on a church hayride.
Oh my.
Yeah. Hello.
I was a product of, now my parents were engaged, but they went for a ride in Dad's Rambler. Dad always enjoyed going for rides. But this time he got the Rambler stuck in the mud next to the river, and apparently he decided to stick Mom before he walked to town and got somebody to come and pull him out. It was 9 months later to the day. Here I come. So,
There you go. Yeah.
so yeah, I was conceived in the back
Those
of a
darn-
right next to the river.
Those damn ramblers, I tell you, get you into more trouble.
Yeah, they weren't planning on having kids because they both already had, Dad had 2 girls and Mom had 2 boys and a girl. And yeah, they weren't planning on having any more kids, but yeah, the pill didn't work.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, the pill didn't work and the rabbit didn't die, so
Oops.
here I come.
Yeah.
But Mom made sure it didn't happen again. So. ultimately they were glad they had me because, I was the one that stuck it out, stayed with them, cared for them,
Yeah.
and wasn't one of the kids that got on about their lives and kind of left them behind. I wasn't that kid. I was the little nerd that was willing to move back in after I got divorced. And when they asked me if I would be willing to take on their care, um, I said
Yeah.
yes. So that's what I did. And I treasure the time that I had with them. Even though Dad and I didn't always see eye to eye, I didn't let that affect the relationship and the regard in which I cared for him.
Yeah.
I set those emotions, compartmentalized them, or whatever you call it, and made sure that he had the best care ever. So,
Yeah. My dad didn't call me a very nice name for the past, what was it, about 5 years, the last 5 years of his life. He had dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever. But
so when he did have the wherewithal to realize you were there, he wasn't very kind. That sucked.
no, no. But I am who I am, and all the things made me who I am. So
Exactly.
it's not saying that I liked them, but I'm here because of them or in spite of them.
Yeah. Kids grow up in spite of their parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any family is perfect. Perfect doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Everybody has something, issues, whatever. It's just, I think the way that you handle them,
Yeah.
um, that evolves into the person that you become in spite of
Yep.
those things.
Well, I try to laugh at most stuff anymore because, don't sweat the small stuff and everything is small. So,
I'm the same. And so sounds like one of my wet dreams, Miss Sandy. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't connect those dots.
Nah, yeah.
Oh, okay. He says I would have to be careful to not put out my torch slobbering with my mouth open like that.
Oh, was I slobbering? Can you guys see it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this now. And make sure that I get the right ones on the right corner.
Yeah, because they are custom.
Yeah. See, I want it to go this way, so I want it to go that way.
I see you did remember to stamp.
Yep. But I lost my sterling stamp someplace. All I've got is my 925 stamp.
Oh, you'll find it. It'll turn up.
When we move the shop, probably.
You're going to find a lot of things when you move and have to kind of pick through everything. And
I need to move that up.
well said, JK. She says yes. We sure are family. Crazy at times, but love each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm that way. You know, I love them because they're family, but I don't necessarily always like them. You know, that kind of deal. But I think everybody's got somebody in their life that meets that.
Why don't you want to sit down on there like I want you to?
Probably just needs a squish here or there or something.
Yeah.
It wants to be the unruly child.
Yeah, really.
Kathy says God has gotten me out of so many stupid things I have done in my life. Surprisingly, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what matters there is whether or not you learned from those experiences and, you know, took that and used it in your life, you know, after.
Well, of course, I didn't move it enough because I just want to play with these things all afternoon. Not. Come on.
Yeah, but JK, you gotta love those talk to text bloopers sometimes. Because, yeah, sometimes they are hilarious.
Isn't that the truth? And I'm always so quick to hit the send button, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's
and
like
I just sit there going, why did you do that, Sandy? You know? It just
we all
wasn't
do it.
just wasn't smart.
And so was I, Kathy. I did senior caregiving before I cared for my parents. My very first job was a nurse's aide in a rest home. I was 16.
Kent wants his other channel to be caregiver support.
Cool.
Yeah, he's taken care of quite a few people.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got the aura for it.
Yeah, he does.
His life path is caregiver. So that
Yeah.
makes total sense.
Yep. I like it, but it's overpriced, Ben.
I haven't seen Blackjack Turquoise yet. I'll have to look that one up.
Well, on eBay, it's just way overpriced, but they've got some on eBay.
Probably just because it's new.
Yeah.
You know, anytime they find something that first comes out of the wind, they always overprice it, and then it gradually balances out.
Yeah. It finds the right spot eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like this camera because now you guys can see how much I bounce up and down.
Nobody minds.
Yeah.
I have days when I have the shakes. If I have to do too much in inhaler or nebulizer, it gives me the shakes. If my level on my gabapentin or Lyrica gets too low in my body, it gives me the shakes. Or if it gets too high, it gives me the
Gives you the
tremors. You know,
Yeah. Forget the
it's like,
shakes.
you know,
It just goes right to tremors, huh?
yeah, if I have days like that, it's like if anybody needs a can of paint, shook, you know, here, hand it off. Because, yeah, I could do it. Wouldn't need a paint, you know, shaker machine. Just hand it to me. I'll get her done.
All right. We just take you to Walmart, fix you right up.
It's nuts. And then my hands will just randomly jerk. Just,
Yeah.
you know, I'll sling beads across the room or, you know, if I have a box cutter in my hand, I'll cut a big old slice right through something that I did not want that to happen on.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it's just life. In other words, Sandy, don't worry about it.
It's the small stuff, darling. It's the small stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as you know, don't have like, you know, 50-pound something that you sling across the room. Whew.
Or your drink or.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah, me too.
I had one day, it was when I was 16. I was fairly new to driving. I had the shakes because I had used several pieces of equipment there at the house prior to leaving to go grab some food.
Mm-hmm.
And went to Sonic, styrofoam cups. Had it in my left hand. Needed to turn on my turning indicator, so I was just going to bump it with the bottom of the cup. No, my hand jerked and impaled the turning indicator on a Route 44. Needless to say, my shoe was quite full of, it was cherry Pepsi back in the day, is when they still had Pepsi instead of Coke. Yeah, I had a shoe full of Pepsi. There wasn't a friggin' thing I could do about it because I had to get that cup off of my turning indicator and, you know, so forth because, you know, I needed to turn and, so yeah, sacrificed the shoe.
Yeah.
Then was out with the wet back, you know, and the carpet scrubber, and because I didn't want every ant in the property to end up in the floorboard of my car.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they use real syrup, cherry syrup that they put into a soda. You know,
Yeah.
this was long before they ever came out with wild cherry Pepsi. Even I mean, you know, I was, you know, this was, well, let's see, Sweet 16 was 1985 for me. So yeah, they didn't have wild cherry Pepsi yet. I think they came out with that in the early 90s. But you know, it just had more of a soda fountain flavor.
Yeah. I think we're going to be able to make that work, guys.
Awesome.
So then I need to figure out how to attach the bail. What do I want to do with the bail?
Something awesome but modest because you don't want it to take away from the turquoise either.
Yeah.
So maybe one of your little diamond bails, but a little petite one. Not too
No,
petite
this
because I mean
one's going to be, it's got to be big to fit over these two strands of turquoise.
Yeah.
So let's see, how are we going to work this?
Hello, Sugar Plum. Welcome, sweetie.
There's my favorite fairy.
Yep, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. You're sitting here, warm.
Yeah, I went and looked at the blackjack turquoise. It's kind of Kingman or number 8-ish with the lighter brown matrix, but there's also darker brown, almost a black matrix.
It is
Uh,
black with a little bit of turquoise running through it.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, I've seen variations. I mean, some of it, you know, is turquoise in lumps of brown, lumps of black, and then I've seen like all black that almost look like a ribbon turquoise,
Yeah.
kind of all over the place. But yeah, I didn't look at prices because I already know I'm not gonna be able to afford that one in my lifetime. But yeah. I mean, I love Super 8 or number 8, but probably end up with like Kingman just because of price
Yeah.
stuff.
Let's see. There it is.
Ooh, Kathy says, yes, I could write a book on the people I have taken care of. One was a very famous hockey player. Interesting.
Wayne Gretzky. That's the only hockey player I know.
I don't know any, so I don't do sports. I mean, at least it's a puck instead of a ball, but still, they kind of brutalize each other out there.
Yeah.
If I watch sports, it's usually Olympic year, and I watch the figure skaters, the gymnastics, um, the volleyball, the beach volleyball,
Yeah.
and amazingly enough, I kind of get a kick out of the slalom.
The winter slalom.
Well, winter and summer. I mean, beach volleyball's in the summer, and, but slalom is winter. You know, I watch both Olympics, or at least the segments that involve the sports that I enjoy. Also, like to watch swimming sometimes.
Oh, it is fit in here like that.
Kathy says no, his predecessor. He was known as Mr. Hockey.
Huh.
No idea.
So we can do that. And then where's my signature? Okay.
I never cared for anybody famous. Mostly it was just elderly. Just local elderly. I wasn't able to stay working in the rest home. They only had one winch and they had two wings, and it always ended up on the other wing. And, you know, they needed to get up and go, not sit there and wait for me to go to the other wing and truck that puppy, you know, like a block and a half. My back didn't tolerate it. So I ended up doing overnight care. I would stay overnight. And if they needed to get up and use facilities, or if they had an issue or anything like that, and then sometimes appointments, I would take them to their appointments and you know, what have you. But then the company that I was working for closed, and I moved on to, well, actually I ended up getting hitched. Moved on to other things in life. And we ended up moving to Nashville. So there, I mostly worked as either a clerk or in food service. Couldn't really get much else because at that point I didn't even have my GED.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that until after I got divorced and moved back home. And that was one of the first things I did.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that blackjack turquoise either, Ben. It's okay, but I think Kingman looks nicer. To me, that just looks messy. When you got brown and you got black, it's kind of clunky looking, at least what I seen. I just wasn't impressed. Let them get all the money they want out of it. It ain't going to come from me. There's others out there that are more beautiful in my eyes.
I don't want that touching right now.
Yeah, I never did that, Kathy. I just stayed overnight here and there when they needed somebody to fill a shift, and they would often put me with the more complicated patients because I had nerves of steel and the patience of Job, so I could handle them, even as a teenager.
Oh, I'm getting hot now.
Excuse the boot bounce there, y'all. She's trying to get her jacket up.
Sorry. Now you made me self-conscious. Thank you.
Wasn't much. It was just kind of funny. Well, Ben's rating his turquoises for favorites in the chat. His number one pick is number 8. His number 2 pick is Pixie. His number 3 pick is Carrico Lake. Number 4 is Kingman. And number 5, Bisbee. Yeah, number 8 is number 1 in my book, too. Number 2 would be Kingman. Number 3 would be the Pixie. And I haven't really rated him beyond that. I'm kind of a top 3 gal instead of a top 5. I just never really seem to go beyond that.
I think that's got it.
I agree, JK. Sometimes it can't be helped, though. They're talking about, elderly and having to, go into facilities versus having somebody willing to stay there and care for them so that they can stay in their home.
Yep. All right. I think that's as far as I'm going to go today.
Okay.
So.
Well, those points that you were putting on there for your prong sets were not exactly cooperating there for a while.
Not exactly, but
That doesn't have to wear anybody out.
that's the nature of the beast.
Yep.
So,
Too bad you can't like tack them with like Scotch tape or something, or masking tape. I mean, masking tape's more paperish, so it would just burn off.
yeah,
I don't know. You know where my mind goes. It grabs a hold of something and it's got to figure it out.
yeah.
And FYI, I have Sable curled up here, literally sitting on my foot here on the sofa, just listening.
Yeah, I did something different. I'm going to see if this works. Where I'm going to attach the veil, I left it open. I attached one end of it. And then when I get the veil made, I'll slip it on and I'll push this down and attach the other end. But at least I've got one end stable on it to see
Well, that makes
if
sense.
that makes any difference.
Yeah, just makes it easier to work with.
Yeah. So that's what I did there. We'll see tomorrow if it worked or not.
Yeah. We're just discussing the various things that they've done in regards to caregiving, and Ben is talking stones.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bounce out of here, guys. I'm going to go lay down and get something to eat. And then I'm going to get up and we're going to go out to the shop.
Cool.
So give us, maybe 45 minutes or so, and we should be on Kent's channel
All right.
and going and blowing in the shop.
Yeah, well, I got to get around and go out and see if I can find the thingamajiggers that go for my air compressor.
Hmm.
They were in a bag, and I zip tied them to the hose attached to the air compressor, and
Right.
they're not there.
I was going to show you guys. This is the camera that I was using. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. There's not much to them.
No, crazy. Couple of switches and a power cord that I took off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I save power cord too.
Well, this one's got a USB on the other end of it. And I thought, well,
Yeah. Different.
that just might, and a fuse. So
Yeah.
it just might come in handy sometime.
Yeah.
But I do have two or three more cameras like this coming, and then my Canon. Jim fixed my Canon camera, and I'm going to try and get that hooked up when we get to the shop. So we should have it covered.
Yeah.
It's only one more piece of equipment that I need to buy, and that's the one where I plug all of the cameras into the box, and then I can control the cameras from the box, and I don't have to keep going back into StreamYard.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Sweet.
yeah, I think that's going to work.
Yeah, you
good.
can have a camera at the grinder, and you could have a camera at the wet saw, and
Yeah.
you know.
Yep. So I think it's going to turn out okay. All right, guys. So thank you for coming in. I love you guys. I had a good time. I hope you guys did. I will probably be here tomorrow to finish this thing up because I really want to see how it turns out. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Faulkner.
Yeah. Willow from,
Emporia, Kansas.
and I'm sitting here at Geezer Creek Farms in Perrin, Utah. Guys, remember, don't just make a wish, make it happen. All right? We will see you later.